So love, freedom, these terms that we hear about in these sorts of teachings, liberation, right? What is that state that we speak of, when we speak of love and freedom and joy and peace? Well, I want to focus on freedom right now because that is what will sort of shine the light on love, and within that is also included peace and joy, and I hope that in this video this will become experiential if you perhaps give a shot to what I'm saying and attempt to apply it. So when we speak of freedom, what we're saying is that nothing that anyone else does or seems to do actually affects you. So why am I saying that? Because when we think it does, then we don't give freedom to others. We don't let be, which is also the absence of peace. We don't let them be as they wish to be because we think it affects us. Now, of course, the mind will go to, do I have to let them do abusive things to me and all that? No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they are creating their experience and you are creating your experience. Now, the word you is tricky here because you can hear that as though it's a separate self who's doing that. But really, it's the oneness that's doing that. Oneness is all that is. And all of its, facets, if you will, or aspects, that's the incredible thing about it, that each aspect has the complete free will to do as it wills, to create its own experience. And in fact, you're doing that every moment anyway. You're creating your own experience, and your experience is yourself. So you are literally creating your existence, how you exist every single moment. It's very exciting when you start to get the hang of it. So let me get to the point here. But what I'm saying is that if you create your own experience and they create your own experience, then you don't have to worry or control what they're doing, right? Now you might see how this connects to, okay, if they're wanting to be abusive, but you're not wanting to play that game of being a victim of abuse, you don't have to. You're free. You're free. So when you understand that you create your experience, you're absolutely, completely, entirely free to create the experience that you wish to experience in any given moment. When you begin to understand that, then at the same time you let others do what they wish to do because they are spirit as well, free to create its experience entirely at each and every moment. So if you don't feel that you're free, one of the things that you might need to do is to give that freedom away so that you can have it. Because I'm talking here not on the level of egos wanting to create things for themselves. I'm talking on the level of spirit, beingness, whatever you want to call it, God, the Son of God, awareness, all of those things, the level of oneness of who we really are. Each one of us is the entirety of it all, is the oneness itself. This is oneness playing with itself. That's the beauty of it. It's absolutely free, and when I'm talking about free, I'm talking about timelessly free. It's not like it was at some point not free and then it became free. Or that's just a misidentification of who you are. Who you are is always free and always creating your own experience, and you are the experience that you're creating. You are it. So if you're not experiencing that, what I suggest is to extend or give that freedom to another. What does that mean? In your mind, everything that you experience is really in your mind. You think that the world is out there somewhere. There's no out there. It's all in your mind, and what you're experiencing is a result of the way you're thinking and or the result of whether you're extending love, freedom, peace, joy to others or withholding it. What does that mean? If it's one, and you're seeing somebody as not free, you're seeing somebody as guilty, you're seeing somebody as wrong, You're seeing somebody as, doing something wrong, really, is what it comes down to. That, and you think it affects you. So it's wrong. How could, if you do that, it affects me negatively. I'm not the arbiter of my experience. I'm not at the seat of the cause. I'm just at the effect of other people's actions. So what you're doing really bugs me. So I need you to change. So when you see it that way, obviously the experience that you're creating in that moment is of victimhood, is of weakness, not power. You're effect, you're not cause. But when you give them the freedom, celebrate the fact that they are spirit awareness, creating whatever it wills to create in that moment, whether they're aware of it or not is less the point here. Just the fact that they have the freedom. Everyone is the one given or possessing the freedom to create whatsoever experience they desire in that moment, as free as they can allow their mind to be. This is sort of like when Morpheus showed Neo, told him to free his mind. Everything's possible. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Where's the limit? The limit is here. I'm not talking about necessarily trying to do miraculous things or things like that. I'm just talking about the experience of joy, bliss, love, freedom, peace. And you can't have that if you don't see it in another. If you deprive another of having that, you don't see that they are free to be exactly who they are being in that moment, then you will not feel free. And I say, if you take an instant to extend freedom now in your mind to as many people as you like, I guarantee you that if you genuinely do it, if you genuinely see the happiness of existence, to create, we are existence, existence is us, to create whatever it is that we will at any given moment. We're all just playing, right? We're all dreaming. Some of us lucidly, some of us not. But everyone has the freedom to experience whatever they wish, and that is in fact whatever happens. That's exactly what happens. Oneness does it all to itself. Who is there outside of the oneness to do it to the oneness? It's the sound of one hand clapping. It's one. There is nothing else to do anything to you. We all create our own experience, whether we want to accept that or not. I know that for some that could be really, why would I do this to myself and why would I do that to myself? But listen, sit for a moment and extend the freedom as I've told you in a happy way. Celebrate everybody's freedom. Everyone, even especially the people that you really don't want to see as free, because that is where your bondage lies, you see. And as you do that, I guarantee your love, you'll understand love. You'll understand oneness so much better. And not only that, I tell you that even certain pains that you have in your body will loosen up. Yeah. Course in Miracles says, a guiltless mind cannot suffer. It's such a profound sentence. A guiltless mind cannot suffer. When you are seeing somebody as wrong and not as having the freedom to do whatever it is that they're doing, thinking that what the experience they're creating has to have an effect on the experience that you're having, because you're not taking the creator's seat, you're not taking the seat of cause, you're just playing victim, which is you are the cause of your sense of victimhood. You understand that? You're the creator of that. It's your choice. It's your doing. If you do not accept that you do it all to yourself, there's no freedom possible. Everyone does it to themselves. Everyone does it to himself. The oneness always supports whatever any one of us attempts to create or wants to create or wishes to create or imagines, or chooses or decides, whichever word you want. Right? We're always deciding our experience. We're always deciding now and now and now. And most of us are on default. We don't take the wheel. We just let it sort of like happen. We don't decide consciously. We don't dream lucidly. And this is what I'm suggesting. If you see that in everybody else, you will necessarily see it in yourself as well. And what it means to extend freedom, to celebrate everybody's freedom, to celebrate that you want everyone to have their freedom, because their freedom is yours, because it's one. We're one. So What it means is to see them as guiltless, to not see them as wrong anymore. If you could just take the word wrong, or even the word against, out of your mind completely, you would have no wrong, no wrongness. Nothing is wrong. No sin. No sin exists. Nothing, there's no against. There's nothing opposing you, or you opposing something else separate from you. All would be one for you. You would be completely clear in love, in joy, and peace. You would. Yeah? So take a moment. You can pause this and just apply it to just a few people and see how you start to feel. Erase guilt. Erase wrong. The word wrong. Erase sin. Erase that completely. Don't be against anybody. You'll understand that it's really one. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you see what I'm saying. Let me know. I'd love to know. I hope this makes sense. And you can do this not only just as this exercise, from time to time, but as you go throughout your day. Celebrate everyone's freedom. The truth is that I don't, the degree of openness of your heart will be something probably you have not even believed was possible before. That it could be that hope, that you could just fall in love with everybody. Everybody is so beautiful when you see them as they really are. Everything is a celebration of freedom. Existence is just a dance of freedom. It's a dance of creativity, and you have to accept, which is sometimes difficult for non-dual practitioners or whatever, that being is not just being. Being is always, without stop, creating. It's always, you're always deciding what to experience. It doesn't really stop. Yeah? You can have your rest by just being in the silence of oneness, just being, just the witnessing sort of, not as a separate witness, just being the experience of now. Right now, whatever is, you can just be that. You are that. Yeah. Right? But if you don't feel, if this experience of now that you're having isn't beautiful, then you can make it beautiful. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? You have to free the thoughts that imprison you. Yeah, you have to release those thoughts. And I'm telling you that those thoughts are just judgments. They're wrong. You're wrong. He's wrong. They're wrong. What they're doing is affecting me. I can't be happy because they exist in the world. Right? And if you release those thoughts, A Course in Miracles calls them grievances, attack thoughts, then you will see that immediately that the sun that is shining behind those clouds of thought will just reveal itself, and it's bliss. It's just joy. It's your natural state. Your natural state is so happy that it's almost illegal in this world to be that happy. But it doesn't mean you have to look like you're jumping for joy. You're just open. Your heart is just full. You're satisfied. You existing is the most delicious thing for you. It's so simple if you can just free your mind. Yeah. So it's always a challenge to put these things in words, because it's an experience. It's not the words. That's why I say try to apply it. It's really in being able to do it right or correctly, which is to really celebrate that other person's freedom. Not just to, I'm doing this just so I can feel good. Why is it? Okay, all right, I'll give you freedom, fine, okay. All right, oh, you, oh man, oh yeah, oh that guy, I don't want to give you freedom. Like, no, it has to be what's the word? Giving, sharing, giving, but give, because if it's really one, then all you give is given yourself. It really works like that. That's oneness. That's the amazing thing about oneness. We're not separate. What you see in another, you'll see in yourself. So anytime you attack another or belittle another, you can't really be happy. You can't. It doesn't work like that, right? What is oneness? It's not describable, but when we're talking about oneness, we're not talking about something in time. We're talking about this timeless isness, and whatever it imagines, whatever it gives to itself. Therefore, I'm telling you to give freedom, give love, give peace, understanding that you really are freeing yourself. And as I tell you, this works in such a way where you free your mind, you free the way you feel. The way you feel gets better. And not only that, you free your body. Your body starts to lose its pain. Because why? A guiltless mind cannot suffer. What does that mean? It doesn't mean just in your head you don't suffer. It means that it literally has physical effects. If you're the dreamer of the dream and you begin to dream a dream of love rather than a dream of victimhood and a dream of grievances and a dream of attack and a dream of differences and conflict, and I mean, we've done that for eons. How much? Let's get to the next stage. Can we make it fun? I hear the age of Aquarius has begun, so let's get on with it, right? So when you dream lucidly, a dream of love, how's the dream figure gonna feel? It's not that you are this body. I mean, you are this body too. There's only one, so that one is everything. But you are everything. I am everything. Everything is all there is. Obviously, it's everything. So I'm saying you are all that is. I am all that is. We are all that. We are all that. I hope you can feel that. And so when you're dreaming a dream of love, how is the dream figure going to feel? It's going to start to feel better, for sure, on all levels, mental, emotional, physical. Yeah? Because it's just an effect of what the dreamer is dreaming. It's the product, it's not the producer. The body isn't the producer. It's the produced. And we think so much, it's how much we, yoga we do, or how much this and that we do, how much what we eat and all of that. And okay, fine. But the main thing is what you think. What you think. Not your superficial thoughts, which you think are probably nicer than we think our thoughts are nicer than they really are. Behind that, if we really look at it, we think we just all of our thoughts are thoughts of separation. And that's why we're hurting so much. At an individual level, on a societal level, on every level. Political, everything, all of it, right? But you don't need to wait for the world to change, because I tell you, you're free now. I tell you, you're free now. You're free now. You can create the experience you want now, right now. I mean, what other time is there anyway? Yeah? And because it's one mind, the world will change because you changed. And things will happen in your life that you just watch. Just watch. It is true. It is true that if you change your mind, you change your world. But you have to know how to do it correctly, not just superficial thoughts. You have to really love. What can you do? That's what you got to do. Poor us. In order to change, we actually have to love. Oh, God, so much is asked of us. It feels like that, honestly, sometimes, because truly, if we loved, the separate self would cease to be. Love is one. It would all be one. And the ego will fight that tooth and nail. Rarely ever does anyone awaken like with ease, like a smooth thing. It's usually you go kicking and screaming, isn't it? The ego will give every possible resistance to stay alive, every possible thing, and it'll try to prove to you that as after you feel good, there will be what's called sometimes ego retaliation, where it'll amp up the, crank up the volume on the victim story, or whatever story that it knows works on you, right? And then after you felt so great, you'll feel so down in the dumps, right? Because your ego is like, don't you dare go there, right? But remember, the ego is not an entity that has its own existence or anything. It's an activity. It's simply an activity of your mind. Yeah? And so this is what I'm suggesting is take control of this activity. And instead of selfing, with a small s, begin uniting, joining, which is selfing with a capital S, being really the self that is one self. I love you.